Hi, welcome to class. I'm Jessie. This is going to be a 15-minute or so practice really geared towards snow shoveling. I did a fair bit of heavy snow shoveling yesterday. I think you probably did a fair bit of heavy snow shoveling yesterday. So we're going to just work a little bit with our thoracic spine mobility and see if we can help to improve the way your back, your shoulders, all of that feel. You don't really need anything. I'm sitting on my yoga mat because I find that really comfortable. If you have a yoga mat, use it. Anything that is cushy, if you have a carpeted area in your house, something like that. That's really all you need. All right, let's get started. I'm sitting cross-legged. If you have a different way of sitting that works better for your legs, you can do that. We're gonna sit, and you're gonna bring your hands, interlace them up on the top of your head. And the point of this is just to get your arms relaxed and out of the way. So they're just gonna hang out there. Now in this position, you're going to tip from side to side. Start to reach one elbow towards the ceiling and the other to the floor. Come back through center and switch. One elbow to the ceiling, other elbow to the floor. So you're going to move back and forth between the two sides. And if you do actively have a sore back, don't go into anything that is painful. Stick with movement that feels good to you. Maybe go a little bit slower. Try to breathe, steady, easy breath the whole entire time. If you can, through your nose. If you can, it's not that big of a deal. But know that breathing is the most important part of yoga, that you are breathing constantly the whole time. The next time you tip yourself over to the right, stay there. So your left elbow is up, your right elbow is down. Here, we're gonna add a little bit of rotation. Think about turning your chest towards the ground, turning your chest towards the ceiling. And again, it doesn't matter how far you go. You're watching my practice, and I might get further than you. I might not get as far as you. It doesn't really matter. You're just going through the movements that I am telling you at a way that works best for your body. Nice. Come on back through neutral, back to upright, and switch. Tip over to the left. So your right elbow is up, your left elbow is down. And start that rotation again. Think of turning your chest towards the ground, turning your chest towards the ceiling, just back and forth. A few more on this side. Nice. Come on back through center, back to upright, and release your heads back down. Good. Short little neck stretch here now. Tip your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Lift your left, reach your left arm down and away. You may find that adding some movement here through your head, through your neck, maybe even through your arm helps you to find the stretch that you want the most. So please feel free to modify, change it up a little for you. Bring that left hand back to your lap. Let your chin roll down towards the chest. And then you're switching sides. Left ear towards left shoulder. Reach your right arm down and away. Same thing there. If you want to add a little bit of movement just to sort of fine-tune the spot that you are stretching. Nice. And then again, you can return that right hand back to your lap. This time, bring your head back up, level between the ears. Good. Next movement looks a little bit weird. I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see it a little bit better. We're going to do a movement through our upper spine and neck where we're going to start by tucking your chin, rounding your spine, curling yourself forward. You can go as far as you feel like going. I'm kind of going to stop right around here. And then you're going to send your chin forward. Start to extend through your spine, and in kind of like a snake style movement, draw yourself back up to sitting tall. So rolling down, chin forward, bringing that extension through the spine. So move a few times that way. And same thing. If the way you move doesn't look like the way I move, that's okay. It doesn't really matter. Something I say fairly often in my classes is that if we were all exactly the same and could all do the exact same thing, life would be pretty darn boring. After the next one you do, finish off there, you can leave it. Let's come up to a tabletop. So that's our hands and knees. Grab a pillow or anything like that if you need it for underneath your knees. A little bit of extra padding never hurt. All right. From here, we're going to do a really slow, what we call a thread the needle. You're going to bring your right hand up behind your head. Let it rest there. You can take it off to the right side as well, but choose what feels best to you. Twist now your upper body to the right. Turn your ribs, hang out here. Pause here. Breathe. Keep thinking about twisting through the rib cage, but your hand, neck, shoulder are all fairly relaxed. Nice. And then release it. Come on back through center. Take this right hand now and reach it across to the left. Sometimes we lower and get all the way down. We're not doing that here though. Just reach. Keep trying to turn your rib cage now to the left. Nice. Come on back to center. Set that right hand down. Let's do the same thing second side. Bring your left hand up. And again, behind the head or off to the side, either version. Twist to the left. Turn your ribs. And again, try to keep your neck, your shoulder fairly relaxed. Doesn't really matter how far you get. Breathe. One more breath. Good. Gently release it. And then that left hand is going to reach across to the right side. And you're trying to keep it up at that shoulder height, just reaching as though you could touch the wall or whatever it is that's beside you on the right side of your body. Good. Gently now come on back to center. Good. Next pose is a child's pose. So toes are together, knees are about hip distance apart. You move your hips back towards your heels just as much as you can in your body, whatever works for you. And then upper body starts to come down closer and closer to the ground. Walk your hands forward. Now, get active in your hands. Get your fingers into the mat. Think about pushing down and forward. That's going to help you to lengthen through the sides of your body. So our child's pose does two things. It gives us a little bit of rounding in our low back, a really gentle stretch there. And it also helps us to lengthen through our sides. And let's start to crawl the right hand over towards the left side of the mat. You might even actually place your right hand up on top of the left. Try to keep your chest evenly facing the ground. Good. Gently bring that right hand back over to the right side. And then same thing with the left. Start to walk your left hand over. And again, you could stop sort of part way. Maybe you get all the way over to the right hand. Think about rolling that upper arm a little bit away from your ear. That's going to help you to feel a little more through your lats, the muscles that run up the sides of your body. And then again, come on back to center. Help yourself back up. Now bring your knees together and you're going to sit your hips back towards your heels. So this is where, if you have healthy knees, ankles, this is going to feel really comfy. Go ahead, do it. If you need to have your hips up a little higher, maybe having a little yoga block or a book or something you can sit on. Some people also like to have a towel behind the knees, so if any of that is helpful to you, do it. And we're going to get into a deeper twist here. So I'm going to put my right hand out in front of me. My left hand, I'm going to see if I can get my elbow to the outside of my knee. And if I can't get my elbow, my hand is going to work just as well. But I'm going to try for elbow to the outside of the knee. And then if I can, that left hand is going to turn back towards the ground and towards my right foot. Now my right hand, I'm going to move it a little further forward and start to twist to the right and look underneath my right arm. Big, deep breaths. Good. Gently untwist. Come on back through center. Let's switch sides. So support your weight on your left hand now. Your right arm is going to go across to the left. And if you can get the elbow to the outside of the knee, get the elbow to the outside of the knee. And if that hand can start to turn back, you might hold onto your shirt. You might bring it down the mat. It doesn't really matter where it goes. Maybe that left hand can move a little further forward. Head down. Start to twist to the left. And again, some good deep breath here. And gently you can untwist, come on back to center. Good. Come on back to seated. Last piece here. Extend your legs out in front of you. You can have your hands back behind you, cross. Your right ankle just above the left knee on the thigh. Start to bend your left leg, and wherever you get to is fine. Maybe you hit a spot that feels like a good stretch and your foot is quite far away from you, or maybe it's really close. You can keep the hands behind you, try to sit as tall as you can, and maybe adding a little bit of a rock or a tap of your toe helps you to find a better stretch. You can do that. And we're going to add a twist onto this. You're going to keep your left hand behind you, bring your right hand forward. Sit up nice and tall, twist to the left, and take the back of your arm, or maybe it's your hand, it doesn't matter where it is, but touch the sole of your foot. And then with that contact point, help to twist your body to the left. This is a really nice twist because it anchors our lumbar, our lower spine, and really gets us moving more through our rib cage, which tends to be, if we're cheating a little bit when we're snow shoveling, where we really feel the most is our mid-back. Give yourself one more good deep breath in there, and then untwist. Come on, back to center. Straighten up the legs, uncross. Switch sides. Left ankle just above the right knee on the thigh. And then bend the right leg just any amount that feels like a good thing to you. Same, if you want to rock or tap the toe, do that. Do try to keep your chest up so you're sitting as tall as you could as you do this. Good. We're going to add that twist here again. So you're going to keep the right hand behind you, bring your left hand forward. Sit tall, twist to the right, and take, again, whatever you can touch to the foot. Maybe you're right here and it's your hand. Good. Once you've got that contact point, use that contact point to twist to the right. So the amount of effort that you put into any of these poses is only enough that you can still breathe easy. So if you're really like pushing and struggling and you're starting to shorten your breath or hold your breath, your body perceives that as a threat. We want your body to perceive this all to be relaxing, to be calming, to be restorative. One more good deep breath in. And again, as you release it, untwist, straighten up the legs. Good. And coming back to seated, just kind of check in. How are things feeling now? How is your ability to breathe? One more thing, let's take a breath together. Bring your hands down to your abdomen. Breathe so that your hands move. Fill your lower lungs, fill your belly. And when you exhale, empty this space out as well. Doesn't matter what pace you're breathing at, just breathe. All right, next breath, switch spots. Bring your hands to the sides of your ribs. Breathe here. So your rib cage expands off to the sides as you inhale and comes back towards the midline on your exhale. Excellent. And then you can release your hands. Thank you so much for joining me for this. I hope it helps. I hope you feel relieved of all of your snow shoveling. Thank you so much. Namaste.